We begin this afternoon with day 3 of Donald Trump's fraud trial in New York City. New York Attorney General Letitia James blasting the former president's appearance today as a political stunt. And good afternoon to you. I'm Liz Chow.
And I'm David Navarro. The day after a judge issued a partial gag order in the civil fraud case, Trump did not hold back, slamming the New York Attorney General and the proceedings. Letitia James responding to Trump today by saying, quote, "I will not be bullied."
Well, Trump is now on his airplane on his way back to his home in Florida. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett has the very latest from Lower Manhattan. NJ.
And yes, the Attorney General had the last word today, characterizing Donald Trump as a race-baiting political stuntman. As Dave said, he was under a partial gag order, but anybody thinking that the former president would be content to be seen but not heard would be mistaken.
Thank you very much.
Donald Trump left New York City in apparent disgust, boarding his corporate jet at LaGuardia Airport after breathing fire at the judge and New York State Attorney General Letitia James.
They made up a fake case. They're fraudulent people. And the judge already knows what he's going to do. He's a Democrat judge. In all fairness to him, he has no choice.
For a third straight day, the former president insisted, without evidence, that he's the victim of a Democratic conspiracy to foil his re-election campaign. Justice Arthur N. Gorin has already ruled that Trump and his associates, including his adult sons, wildly overvalued the former president's net worth and his real estate assets to make deals and to get big loans. The judge will need to decide whether the Trumps are liable, and if so, what penalties should be imposed. But the defense has claimed that no one was deceived or defrauded, and that Trump's bankers profited from the loans. In court, the defense grilled former Trump accountant Donald Bender, but after several hours, the judge grew impatient. Mr. Bender is not on trial here, someone else is, he snapped. But the defense insisted that details matter. The government brought a case accusing my client of a staggering fraud, said attorney Alina Habba. "You're not allowed to waste time," barked the judge. "This is ridiculous." For 3 days, the former president has used the trial and the national stage that it commands as a campaign stop, attacking the process and the judge, while saving his sharpest attacks for the Attorney General who brought the case.
The Attorney General is she's a corrupt person, terrible person. This woman is grossly incompetent. Horrible, horrible. The disgrace to our country.
Minutes after Trump left New York, Letitia James was determined to have the final word.
The Donald Trump show is over. This was nothing more than a political stunt, a fundraising stop.
The Attorney General is seeking $250 million in penalties and a lifetime ban on the Trumps from doing business here in New York. The former president is expected to return when he is called to testify here.